Welcome. Take a moment to settle comfortably. Let your breathing slow down gently and enter at your own pace into this meditative tale. There was at the top of a hill surrounded by pine trees a small wooden temple where an old monk lived. Every morning before sunrise, he would step outside with a simple bowl in his hands. This bowl was made of pale clay, with no pattern, no richness, no particular shine. And yet, everyone who saw it felt as though it contained something precious. One day, a young traveler climbed the hill to meet the monk. His face looked tired. His shoulders seemed to carry an invisible weight. When he arrived in front of the temple, he bowed respectfully and said, "Master, my mind is restless. I am constantly thinking. I want to move forward, to succeed, to understand, to control everything. But the more I search for peace, the more it escapes me. Can you teach me calm?" The old monk looked at him kindly, without answering right away. Then he invited him to sit on a stone bench facing the garden. The wind moved softly through the bamboo. A fountain murmured near the moss. The monk then placed his empty bowl between them. "Look at this bowl," he said. The young man frowned. "It is empty." "Yes," replied the master, "and that is why it can receive water, tea, soup, or even the rain. If it were already full, nothing could enter it." The traveler remained silent. The monk continued, "Your mind often resembles a bowl that is too full of yesterday's regrets, full of tomorrow's expectations, full of comparisons, fears, noise, and fatigue. And when peace comes, it can no longer find any space." The young man lowered his eyes. He felt those words touch him deeply. "But how can I empty it?" he asked. "I cannot stop my thoughts from existing." The monk smiled. To empty the mind does not mean fighting against what is there. It means ceasing to add more and more. No longer feeding every thought. No longer following every fear. No longer believing that everything must be solved immediately. He took the bowl in his hands and offered it to the young man. "Hold it." The traveler took the bowl carefully. "Now close your eyes," said the master, "and imagine that this bowl is your mind." The young man obeyed. "Observe what it contains. Perhaps words you have heard too often. Perhaps worries, memories, tensions. Reject nothing. Simply look." The wind moved again through the trees. In the distance, a bird sang. "Now," continued the monk, "imagine placing this bowl beneath clear water. Not violent water, quiet water, pure and silent. It forces nothing. It gently rinses away what no longer needs to remain." The traveler's face gradually relaxed. Some things will leave quickly, said the Master. Others will return again. That is the way of things. But each time you return to your breath, each time you return to the present moment, you clean the bowl with patience. After a long while, the young man opened his eyes. The garden seemed wider, the sound of the fountain lighter, the sky clearer. I think I understand, he whispered. Peace is not something to catch. It is something to allow in. The old monk bowed his head. Yes, peace enters when we stop blocking the doorway. The sun was beginning to rise behind the pines. Its golden light touched the rim of the bowl, now resting on the traveler's knees. Keep this within you, said the Master. You do not need a perfect mind. You do not need absolute silence. You only need a little space. One breath after another. One moment after another. The young man stayed there a while longer, motionless, the bowl in his hands, and for the first time in a long time, he searched neither for an immediate answer, nor for victory, nor for control. He simply listened to his breathing, the wind, the fountain, the morning, and in that simple moment, his mind was not empty of life. It was empty of struggle. And in that peaceful emptiness, something gentle could finally remain. Perhaps you too, today, can set down what is overflowing. Perhaps you do not need to solve everything right now. Perhaps all it takes for this moment is to breathe and let a little space return within you. Thank you for sharing this moment. If this meditative tale has brought you peace, you can support the channel by leaving a like, subscribing, and returning soon for a new inner journey. Namaste.